Hi.
Oh, we're back.
We are back.
Woo.
Woo.
Henshin bros. Henshin bros.
Ow, that's sorry.
Henshin bros. Henshin bros.
Hey guys.
Yo.
Hey, what's up? We're back for another episode of Henshin Hangout.
Yes, we are.
I am Justin.
I am Johnny. Your boy Johnny Dokicks.
Thank you for coming back again. It's another Saturday night. You're here talking about the newest episode of Ryusoulger and a nice little throwback. We're going to talk back on a show that we really loved and missed. And honestly, we've been meaning to do this. We actually haven't gotten around to doing it until tonight. We figured we'll talk back on Kamen Rider Build.
Kamen Rider Build!
And go for and talk a little bit about some of our favorite episodes and moments from that show. But first... Very, very first. Who's in the chat?
Booyaka shout. So let's say what's up with everybody. We got Blackwing. What's up, Blackwing?
What up?
We got Layla Noah. We got the Batusi Blur. We got Edward Sanchez Productions. Who else we got in this bad boy? We have 11 people watching. Say something. Toku Kid's here. What's up, Toku Kid? And Booyaka Shah. And that's everybody who's chatting up right now. But we got 17 people watching.
Yep.
And our boy Jezer, as you guys know, he's in Chicago right now, holding it down at Star Wars Celebration. But as Jezer always says, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And
we appreciate that.
Thank you. So, we're really excited. So today we're talking about episode 4 of Ryusoulger.
Now, I'm going to bring in our little buddy. Oh,
he's here. And he's amazing.
We got a little.
They use the shrink soul.
We use the shrink soul. Now he's right here.
Look at him.
We're gonna hang out right. Oh, there it is. Right there. It's adorable. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very
Come down.
nice.
No. Come down.
Yeah,
Breathe. All right.
okay, we're good. Here, all right. We're fine.
Good job.
Teramigo, everyone.
Teramigo.
All right.
He's so awesome.
All right. What happened in this episode?
So, it started out because in the last episode, we finally saw the teams kind of come together with Green and Black showing up. So, we actually began this episode in a fun way where they're trying to settle who we get the map. Because Green and Black want to get their Zord so they can start fighting monsters too. And so, Red shows up and is like, well, bang, Kasha, I got a map right here. Do you want it? And they're like, yeah. But it's like, you gotta join the team. And they're like, so tell you what, we'll do a little competition. If I win, you give us the map. If you win, we'll join your team. And so we think they're about to have an awesome duel, which starts off this bad way. Them swords standing up, I was like, oh, this is gonna be sick. This is gonna be dope. But boom, what happens, Justin?
It's kind of like didn't they use like some really what was the goofy souls they used in this one? It was the
stretch soul at the beginning.
Yeah. It's not a fight.
No.
It's not a fight.
No. Because if they go through and they dash at each other, you think, okay, they do the boom, like the samurai slice. But instead, you find out oh no, they didn't slice at each other.
They made these cute little paper cutouts.
Exactly. They were doing origami in a way.
Yeah.
And they were and so Ryusoulger Red makes a cute little bunny.
Yeah.
It was kind of dope. And then Ryusoulger Green makes 2 businessmen exchanging business cards.
Yeah. Which is actually kind of impressive.
That was kind of dope.
Let's not lie.
That's kind of dope.
It's actually kind of impressive.
Like Ryusoulger Red's I win. I was like, I don't know about that. Like there's literally bowing and I can low key see the business cards.
Yeah.
If you look close enough, it says Toy Productions, Japan, I was like, well done. Well done. It's scribing as well.
What's really funny about this moment is that it's starting to showcase, okay, this potentially could be Ko and Towa's dynamic. Yeah. Because they are kind of diametrically different from each other. Ko is very optimistic. He's very open-hearted. Towa is a jerk. And what's great is that as they're bickering, we also see how Bamba is going to be using the show because we see him in the back doing this.
Exactly. The serious stoic character.
Yeah.
Which is dope to see.
Yeah, and you see him going, I can't believe I have to sit through this. Now, much like if you watched the Ranger wrap-up and my reaction to the shoe scenario that happened.
Shoe scenario?
The shoe scene that happened with Daniel and Johnny, if you were watching that episode.
Shoes?
Don't pretend like you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't.
Oh, duh, you dirty liar. All right, now.
So what did you like about this episode?
So far, I think it furthers along the fact that, Bamba and Toa aren't quite ready to be a team with them yet. Yeah. And again, here's the thing, right? I've talked about this before with Q Ranger. And with we have something.
Oh, there's something going. We got a super chat from Larry Newbill. What's he say?
I'm stealing Johnny's sneakers.
No.
That's not a...
No, we don't.
Oh, don't do that.
We don't do these things.
Don't do that.
We don't do these things. There is a sneaker vault where the sneakers are hidden behind a giant coin, Batman-esque style. Ooh. And trust me, like, no, there's security systems in play. We lost 3 hashtaggers who tried to break into it.
It's true, though.
Remembrance.
It's true. You don't see some folks anymore, and you probably should know why. Now,
oh my gosh.
But yeah, so one of the things I brought up before with Q Ranger and with Lupat is that they've been experimental seasons, right? Mm-hmm. So Q Ranger is experimenting with a larger cast.
Just one last thing.
Yo, what up?
We don't have a super chat. But we got a Henshin bro in the chat!
Yeah!
What's up, Jezzer? Coming live from Chicago, hanging out, doing a big Star Wars celebration.
Didn't I see you on some sort of like Galaxy's Edge thing, riding with Joe? What are you doing here? Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Exactly.
What's going on here?
Oh, and look who's giving a shout out. Isn't that Jessica Quizon, the world famous critic? Here's the thing, guys. A little bit of personal information if you did not know. Jessica Quizon is an amazing interviewer.
Thank you.
Booyakasha. And he got to interview and critique the film Vice. And guess whose quote shows up on the back of the Blu-ray DVD? Jessica Quizon.
No. Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I totally thought it was going to be Joe.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It's your first time being in print on this level. Again, this DVD is being sold across the country, across the world.
Yeah.
And your name is on the back. How's it feel, dude?
It's wild. I'll tell you, it's wild. Already I had a friend from high school I haven't seen in 10 years. He saw this on Facebook, and he was at Target, and he sent me a photo from Facebook going like, so I'm buying it. Look, I found. And then another buddy of hashtag is Daryl. Daryl just posted on Instagram. He found it at his local DVD store, and it's wild. I'll tell you. I was even this morning helping out shopping with my mom. We were at Target. I showed her, hey mom, look at that. Your son's on the back of this thing. She's like, oh, that's great. I'm proud of you. Did you get a free copy? No, mom, I didn't get a free copy. Did you get a discount? No, I can't get it. Okay, we'll wait till it's cheaper, and I'll buy it then.
Oh my gosh!
Thanks, mom. Thanks, mom.
But you'll still buy it though.
But buy it, but when it's it's like $10.
Exactly. But here's the thing though, as Judge is saying right now, so proud of you, bro.
Thanks,
I'll
man.
buy regardless.
Seriously.
And I just gotta say, I'm proud of you too.
Thank you.
It's always good to see the hit shit, bro. The
Seriously.
hashtag fam do well.
Thank you.
And dude, we just know this is the beginning of seeing your name in print more and more on many DVDs and newspapers, and who knows what else in the future.
I hope. Jezzer, have fun out there, dude. I'm super jealous that you're out there Star Warsing it up. It looks like a dope time, dude. Get back to this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were talking about what do we like about this episode. So also almost forgot before we move on, if you scroll back up, we got another super chat.
We do. Hey, what up?
Thank you, Larry Newbill. He says, laugh out loud. Boy, you know you're in our sneaker freaks. So this is true, Larry. You got the sneaker love as well. Props to you.
Okay, but like I was saying, so those with Lupat and with Q Ranger, they were experimental seasons, right?
Yeah.
And I think there was lessons learned from both those seasons. And what's kind of cool about Ryusoulger right now is what I'm noticing is they're sort of taking those lessons and incorporating this season, which is a more traditional season. And one big lesson they've taught was okay, you know what? There was something to attention of two separate teams that diametrically are against each other. We won't have that be the whole show anymore, but they do see that as a positive at giving things, creating more dramatic depth to the episodes.
Yeah.
And already they're building up concepts on the villains and creating with Q Ranger. One of the things with Q Ranger is that there's sort of this sort of widespread villains, and we're getting to learn more about them throughout the show. So right now, I think they're taking those good lessons from those experiments and reincorporating it to a more traditional show. And it's for the better of it.
No, I agree.
It feels like a really well thought out season so far.
No, I agree with you because it incorporates a little bit of competition and whatnot, but at the same time though, it still keeps the team camaraderie. So instead of doing how you did Power Rangers Ninja Storm, where you have two separate teams, kind of with the same goal, but they'll keep fighting each other, here, we haven't seen the Rangers actually come to blows. They have the same goals and whatnot. They come from the same village, but it's just they have two different ways of achieving those goals. You have our main Sentai team, which is more your traditional heroes, and you have Green and Black, who are low-key kind of like your anti-heroes. They're running around like Wolverine status and everything that, who are a little bit more willing to do things. And we see that because, again, for a long time, though, they've probably been fighting this war. They're like, look, we didn't have Zord, so in order to defeat a monster, sometimes we may have killed the host. Which is scary to say. We haven't seen it yet, but it's kind of scary to say. Oh, but before we talk more about the show, we got another super chat.
Now,
the Batusi Burst says, "Go ahead, sir."
Was it me or did Bamba find his Dino Knight already? At the end of the app, it did look like that.
Yeah.
It did look like he didn't use it though.
No, he just went in and found it located because he knew where it was.
Right.
He had found it, but again, the monster attacked and everything. I had to kind of leave it and everything.
How do you feel about Bamba right now?
I like Bamba. Like he's low key. I love his name. It's hilarious.
Yep.
Bamba. Bamba.
Yep.
Bamba. But the thing about it is though is that again he has we talked about before, he has that stoic personality, which is very cool to see, and he brings a nice groundedness to the team. Like I kind of feel he'll be the more serious character, who's going to be there to make tough decisions, who's going to push the team to like do things they may not want to do. For anybody who's an anime fan, I see Bamba's low key like our Zoro character.
Oh sure,
he's a bad A character. He just want to see like who knows going to be good at fighting, doing all these things. Who's going to hold it down. Like low key, Bamba seems more like when the team is fully together, the second in command.
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing is again, I like the casting of the show. There's like a lot of different varieties of body types and what have you. And the thing I love, and I always make this joke when Bamba shows up, is like I'm watching with my buddy. Bamba shows up, strong shoulders, strong chin, it's tall. Every time she's like, "Look, it's a man! It's a man! It's a man! It's a man!" Every time he shows up, and and he's great with Toa because like Toa's such a small, smaller, slim person who with like a real like blank eating grin every time. He really is like, I know better than you guys, and that's what makes him so enjoyable in that other dynamic. It makes him different from Melta, who's like, I'm a little more pragmatic, I'm a little more cold, but no, it's they're really showcasing what else they add to the show. And like, there's such a variety of different kind of personalities in the team.
And what I like about it too, though, is that like everyone's taken seriously because like going back to what we talked about before, I feel like this is low key a mixture of learning what they learned from Q Ranger and from Powder vs. Lupin, but also back to basics.
Absolutely.
Because again, one of my biggest critiques of Powder Ranger was the fact that you didn't respect the actual Powder Rangers. They were used as comedy relief and everything like that. But here with Ryusoulger Green, he's cracking jokes, having fun, but he's still taken seriously.
Right. Because
he's still an excellent fighter, he's still an excellent swordsman. So they're finding that balance. And honestly, as I watch the show, I know we've talked about this before, how you can tell this is supposed to be like a night season. But low key though, this also, as I watch this, it reminds me a lot of Zoolander.
Oh sure.
I'm sorry, I might be project
Zoo Ranger.
Zoo Ranger,
absolutely.
Because again, with the costumes, everything like that, going back to the basics of like a green, yellow, black, blah blah. Well, except for green, but it came in later. But it reminds me a lot of that.
No, there's a lot of Zoo Ranger. There's a lot of Ginga Man in the show where it's like this sort of outside tribe who live in a fantasy kind of world, specifically in Zoo Ranger, because they are definitely more Dragon Quest style characters. Here it's definitely like Celtic Knight style Rangers, and so that is the kind of fun that these characters have in the show, and like, and yeah, it's a great throwback so far. It's a great, just nice basic show. One of the things I also really like about the show is the villains. I don't know what their deal is, but you know what they're doing that's really impressive that beats Lupin Ranger and Powder Ranger? They are showcasing how much of a threat they are. Like, bad. They are, I don't know why they're doing the things they're doing, but they are proving themselves in 4 eps that they are a threat and they are harmful and they're willing to do really like dangerous things to get their goals and harm people along the way.
And not only that, but they're present as well, which is a big thing.
Absolutely.
Because as we came off of Lupin, one of our biggest critiques were, where is Amigo? Where is Amigo? He could have got his own TV show. Where in Lupin is Amigo? Where is Amigo? We could have done a whole spinoff of it. But here, the villains show up every episode, which is dope to see. Like we have that one general whose name I'm still learning, the one big like blue guy. But he's there every episode, beating them up, challenging them, pushing them, giving them the reasons why they have to come together and work as a team. So I gotta say, I'm loving it.
And I love the little goopy green toady guy.
Dude,
who's like, and what's kind of cool is one of the smart things they're doing with the villains right now is that they'll create the Minosaur, and we know that now the deal is that the Minosaur is a sort of the representation of somebody's sort of insecurities and what have you. But also, they've also figured out their answer to make my monster grow.
Exactly.
And normally when they do in these shows, it's monster could either die and then someone goes, I have a magic button or a laser or whatever, and you grow again. Or sometimes it's like a built-in reason, like in Time Ranger, where it's like you rip something off their shoulder and the DNA makes them grow bigger, etc.
Exposure to air, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. Shinkenger, it's a second life thing. What's kind of neat here is that I like it. It's smart. Is they're going, okay, before you kill him, I'm taking him away because he can grow bigger.
Exactly. No, and which is dope about it which is dope because the cool thing about it is that, like you said, it gives reason behind it because his goal is to get big at some point. So the thing about it is could you So, Justin, you can't really see the screen because it's not on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there. Let me go ahead and move my head this way, apparently. Line it up right.
Right there. Right there.
So everybody at home, this is the reason why you don't make fun of your producer who's producing your show. Well played, Josh. Well played.
Hey, what's that right there? Wait, look, what's a retro?
Oh, that's been there for a minute. It's Super Chat. So thank you, Toku Kid. He said, "Where's Ryusoulger? Also loves Single Ranger cockpits."
Oh, Ryusoulger, the bad guy from the Super Sentai battle. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's a good he was a great villain in that special. I don't know what their plans are.
But I think he's coming back though.
I would hope to see him in Ryusoulger. They could also decide he only shows up in special things.
They could, but the thing is, his costume looks very similar to the rest of Rangers here.
That's right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually comes back. And what's dope is what I'm liking about what they're doing here is they're spacing everything out because we kind of like the one problem with Q Ranger is we got all the Rangers too soon. And so it's really hard to keep track of personalities. But here, introduce 3. Then a few episodes, they introduce 2 more. Then later on, we introduce 6 and 7. We just kind of take it slowly but surely from there.
Absolutely. Now,
before we keep going on,
sure.
I just want to give a special happy birthday to Kevin Duane. It's your birthday. Happy birthday,
Kevin.
Enjoy yourself. Thank you for spending it here with us. Watching some Henshin to talk about all the cool stuff.
Isn't it Yoshi's birthday today?
Was it Yoshi Sudarso's birthday? I think it was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Possibly yesterday.
Maybe. Oh, so what are you going to say?
Well, okay. There's a pretty good sequence where like they kind of like have to kind of splinter off, right? Use the map, figure it out. There's this really great bit. There's this great bit with Bamba and Asuna. What do you want to tell us about that scene?
Oh, that was really. Oh my gosh! So I love those scenes because here's the thing though, like. When they split off, I was like, oh, so there's going to be the original 3, the new 2 go off their own. But they mix them up intentionally because they're like, no, we need to work together. And we really don't trust each other yet. So they send Green off with the other 2 main ones. But then they send Black off with Pink, which is hilarious because Pink is very, like, talkative. She's, like, bouncing around and everything like that. And Black is just completely ignoring her. It's like, why won't he talk to me? And I'm just like, I'm liking this right now. I'm loving this dynamic.
It's smart. They already... One of the things I love about like shows like this, where it's like, you have a cast.
Yeah.
And the fun of this cast is... When do you take this character and this character, who should not be friends, have to hang out, have to talk to each other?
Exactly.
And that's what's really great about the scene. You're right. It's super funny. When Asuna is really mad at Bamba, I'm like, why aren't you talking?
Yeah.
Like, at least attempt to talk to me.
Exactly. And not only that, what I like about it, too, is that, like, it, again, like you said, it gives the actors a chance to act.
Yeah.
And we have good actors here.
We do.
The talk about a series that we don't like talking about, Zio. Kamen Rider, Zio. The cool thing about it is that here we have a great cast who's able to act. Whereas, like, Zio had a couple people who could like really deliver it. They had a few people who were still trying to figure things out. They felt very green. But this Power Rangers cast, they feel experienced. They have great chemistry on screen. Everyone kind of knows their role and buys into it. And they're built up enough where it's like no one's looking weak or anything like that. They're built up and everyone's looking strong right now.
Absolutely. No, and Ko is a great example. Like Ko... here's the thing, Coke is cut in the similar mold as other Red Rangers, right? He's very familiar to me of Lucky from Q Ranger. He's got elements of Daigo from Kyoryuger. But I feel like he's just different from those 2. You know the great thing about him? No catchphrase.
Oh, sure, yeah.
No shoved-in catchphrase to go, right, kids? Yoshilucky, and after a while, Yoshilucky got okay, but mostly I got tired of Yoshilucky.
Oh, no, it is, yeah.
Yeah, and like...
There's only one catchphrase I ever loved. Which is crazy, though, because there's 2 different translations of it.
Okay.
But I always go with the original one that I saw in the original translations. Let's make this showy.
Right. And then, like, it's funny because then, like, I know what subgroup you were watching. Because then I'm like, let's make a show of it.
Okay, so we'll have this conversation really quickly. Talking about Gokaiger and what they would say. So what would you like better? Let's make this showy or let's make a show of it?
I started with let's make a show of it. So I'm very partial to let's make a show of it. I have nothing against let's make a showy. It does make sense. But every time I talk about Gokaiger with somebody and they say that first one, you watch that stuff.
Exactly. You know what's up. The Facebook one, exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the reason why I like it because, like, when I'm looking, I'm like, I get the let's make a show of it, but I'm like, let's make it showy I'm used to it, and then it also just makes more sense to me.
Sure. No, I'm just
Every
like
time we always go back to Gokaiger. It just shows how good it is. It just shows how good it is.
Sorry, we're just big fans.
But here's the thing that I am worried about, though. Let's go back to our conversation about the monster.
Yeah.
So as we talked about before, the monster's goal is to get bigger, and so the longer it's alive, it gets bigger and whatnot, and that's where they have to bring out the Zords to fight it then. The weird thing that kind of struck out to me, though, is honestly like this is the thing that was in the back of my mind. Will they able to defeat a monster before it gets big? And when they defeat the monster, what's going to happen next? Because we have to have Zords every episode. Yeah. So my interest is how are they going to do that? How are they going to balance that out?
Ooh, I mean, here's the thing. Like, you know what's kind of gone out of favor in Sentai recently is the giant bazooka.
Oh, really?
You know? Like, you know, hey, here are our weapons. We combine them. We make a big old bazooka. It's not been used in a while. They don't really they haven't done it in a couple of shows.
Last show I remember it is Gokaiger.
Last show that I definitely remember, and you guys, please correct me in the comments. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Was Tokyuger, the train show? They had a bazooka there too, but I don't. They did definitely have one in Lupat. They didn't have one in Q Ranger. They had power ups. They had power up armors.
Right.
But I don't remember it there. I didn't watch all of Ninja. Was there one in Ninja? I don't know.
I don't think anybody watched all of Ninja.
Yeah.
Sadly, but
it's not a good show.
It would be cool to see it come back here, though, because honestly, I would like to see that. Because honestly, I don't feel you need the Zords every single time, and with the Zords being more active, I feel like you have to do different things too. That
being said, though, these are good Zords. These are very good Zords.
Hey, let's have a conversation because I'm going to be kind of controversial now.
Okay,
people may not like me. So,
some of y'all hate me.
This is some of y'all hate me. Some of y'all really hate me. Okay, so here's the thing. This Zord is dope. When it transforms, combines together with blue and pink, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
This episode, we got the green saber-tooth tiger, which I was also like, dude, I don't care what anybody tells me. That's the Liger from Zoids. As soon as he jumped in the air, it was like dodging everything. So, by the way, we had to
just drop Zoids.
Yes, I did. Yes, I just dropped Zoids.
Just made me think back on Zoids,
and it was such a good series. When he starts dodging, I was like, yes, use that Liger finish, son. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
It was so dope. But here's the thing, though. So going back to it. But the thing I didn't like is that the green Zord combined together with him, and I was kind of like. And the other two Zords kind of came off. And I'm just like, I'm not liking the Zord combinations yet.
With the green one.
Exactly. I need to see them all together because the thing about this was that what I kind of realized is I love the Zords individually. The Zords individually are so dope.
Yeah.
But they really, really need to... Honestly, I need them like to come together as a Zord, and I want to see a decent Megazord. I haven't seen a Megazord that's like stuck to me like emotionally for a long time because their arms, ever since like Wild Force, they're always interchanging parts and whatnot. I want to see a stable Megazord of all 5 of them, where it's like, cool, this is the main Zord they go to,
right?
And I want to see like grow attached to this and everything. What do you think?
I think I'm kind of with you on that too, because like I think this, when combined with Boom and Boom, look dope. They look great.
Yeah.
But the green one looks okay. I'm kind of with you on that. And like it's not my favorite. But overall, I'm curious to know what will happen when Bamba has his Zord and what that's combined. I'm with you. I feel like it's when we get all 5, what's the main 5 robot gonna look like?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking forward to because I want them all to be together too.
Yeah.
Oh man. They talking about Zoids in the chat.
Look what you just started. Look what you just started.
Shout out to Suki Kai Senpai, who's like, Chaotic Century is still the best.
Blackwing's like, Zoid's the classic.
Oh my gosh. Blackwing, what was the name of the pilot in the one where it's like the kid would pass out and he would like fly extremely fast? Was it Iron Eagle or something like that? Dude was so dope. I love that character so much. All right, but let's go back to here though. So now that we've kind of talked about it and everything like that, we've talked about the highlights. At the end of the episode, we get the introduction of the Black Ranger Zord. And we see also that Green talks about how he's kind of growing fond of the team. So I'm guessing the episode, they'll try to build up a relationship with Black as well to get him to join fully.
That's right.
So again, I'm liking this. They're taking it slow. So all in all, let's talk about our ratings. And everybody do me a favor in the chat, please start giving me your ratings. What would you give this episode?
I'm going to give this episode a nice solid 4 right now. It's a good solid 4. Like, the last episode gave me some nice dramatic stuff, right? Like, I love that stuff with Yui. I love that, like, really showcasing the danger level that everyone's involved in. This one, tons of fun, some really good stuff. That, again, that really great running Zord shot when dope. Just, like, crashes into that temple. So just so good. It's so good. I haven't Man, the fact that I'm this excited about robot battles.
I know. Okay, real talk, y'all. We watch a lot of stuff. And so there's things we talk about because, like, for example, there was a point in time where we had to catch up on an entire Sentai series. And I remember someone literally just kept skipping the Zord battles. Because it was all the same. Exactly. Yeah. And in Powder versus Lupin, it was a part of the episode I hated where it's like, oh, God, here we go, the Zord battle again. Yep. Sometimes it was good. I would say 7 out of 10 times the Zord battles were, like, standard. Yeah. And sometimes were bad. Yeah. But in this series, the Zord battles are on point. Like,
4 episodes in, and they're still good.
Like, again, with the introduction of the green saber-tooth tiger, the way he was dodging and fighting on his own, I was like, if they had the green saber-tooth tiger to defeat him by himself, I'd be like, I'm cool. I ain't cool with this. And we didn't even talk about, again, the way they're using the Zords comedically, though. Yeah. Like, when Tiramigo comes up, and remember they're trying to get it out the mountain? But again, they can't use the floating, and Tiramigo comes like, Tiramigo! 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 Tira. I was like, why is the Zord so funny? Why does Tiramigo have this comedic timing? Why is he so dope? He's hilarious.
Look, he's the third host. Look at that.
Oh, yay! Henshin Hangout with Justin, Johnny, and Tiramigo. Sitting in for Jezzer. Hope you're having fun in Chicago. Okay. So I had to give this a rating. I would probably give this... Dude, I'm loving this. I love the fact they didn't rush everything. I love the fact the way the team's coming together slowly. I love the Zord battle. I love Tiramigo's hilariousness. I love the balance of comedy but serious storytelling. Because we even talk about the fact that, again, the host was his father. Yep. He just wanted to play with his son.
That's right.
Because he didn't have enough time.
That was a good swerve, too.
It was, because the whole time I was like, oh, it's a kid. And everyone's like, oh, it's a kid. But he's like, but no, he's asking. And then it was like, oh, that's the dad. Yeah. And it was dope as well as I love the fact that it was still that serious storyline where Black was going to kill him because they wouldn't kill a kid, but they would kill an adult because, well, again, to save the city. Right. And I love the fact that there was Green who comes like, wait. I think I got this. I think I can get my Zord out. Let me try. Right. And that was cool to see as well, to see them work together. So, honestly, I got to say, dude, this is a good show. This is a really good show. Like, I'm hoping this saves Sentai in Japan because I cannot wait for this to be adapted to American season because I think they'll kill it over here. Oh, yeah. Because, again, if they do what I talked about before about doing, like, a Power Rangers Academy and using this as, like, Mighty Morphin, like, Part 2 or Mighty Morphin, like, Next Generation type deal, they can do some cool stuff with this. I agree. So, all in all, I would give this a 4 out of 5. Boom. Okay, let's go to the chat and see what people gave it.
All right, it looks like Ryan Infinity Wizard gives it a 5 out of 5. OPS Senpai, what up, man? Can't wait for them to break Bamba into a goofball out of 5. Same.
Layla gives it a 3.5 out of 5 because I'm a petty Sagittarius. Yes! Battlestar Galactica has Layla on this petty tip right now. Well done, Layla. Well done.
Blackwing gives it a 4 out of 5. For me, great to have Toa and Bamba with the team. Okay. Ronald Doe, 3.5 out of 5. He can't stand Toa.
Shout out to Jared Hodges who says, I watched Zoi's New Century and Chaotic Century as well. Represent.
Batusi Blur. What is that? What does he give?
I was going to say Ronald Doe gives, we already read that one. Yeah. Batusi Blur. Oh, I can't scroll down. Go ahead, you take that one.
4, I still want to punch Toa in the face out of 5. Ooh, people do not like Toa.
Kevin Duan, happy birthday again. The episode is a 4, Asuna being disappointed at Bamba out of 5.
The mech fight and Ryusoulger are sexy. Jared Hodges gives it a 5.
Anthony Davis, 2 eyebrows. 2 eyebrows. Gives it a 4 out of 5.
Off the Cut Gaming gives it a 4 out of 5. All right.
Dope.
Everyone's happy.
It is. So again, it seems like we're really enjoying this season. I'm happy everybody's having a good time with it. Yeah. I can't wait to see where it goes, and so let's keep it going.
All right. Okay. Little retrospective time. Little retrospective time.
Wait, bring it back in. Bring it back in.
What do you give this episode, Tiramigo?
You want me to ask her?
Or Tiramigo?
I'm sorry, guys. Let me ask questions off. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. If you want to come on, I want to come on. So it's crazy. Tiramigo's over here talking. He wants to come on screen, and I got another guest.
It's another Zord? What is it?
It's a Zord because it's a pretty big deal. In some ways, it carries people. ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Shazam, the Air Force One. Booyakasha. It's your boy, Johnny Dubkicks. And here's the thing. As you watch, if you watch Ranger Wrap Up, I gave you guys a great recommendation for the summer with the Vans Deconstructed. And this is a shoe classic. This is the all-white Nike Air Force One. A great affordable shoe. Justin, it's only $90. The cool thing about this, though, you can wear this to parties in the summer, wear this to the beach, to the pool. It stays clean and white. It's really affordable, and it's a classic. If you're from New York, like I know Black Queen is, they call this the Uptown.
I just want to talk about Japanese shows. That's all I wanted to do. That was pretty.
But instead, he gets to talk about shoes, like the Nike Air Force One with Johnny Dubkicks. So again, holla at your boy.
Oh, are you good?
Tiramigo!
All right.
So, I believe we were going to talk about a retrospective.
Retrospective.
A little going back, if you will.
A first love for you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I got to be real. I was so lucky. Like, here's the thing. I've been lucky in two different ways. The very first, so here's the thing. I grew up watching Power Rangers, of course.
Yeah.
But the very first Sentai I ever watched, Go Kiger.
Nice.
And that's an amazing Sentai to watch. Not only did it fill me with the history, but I would argue as I watch more and more, I'd be like, someone could argue that this is one of the best Sentais of all time. And then my very next, like for my very first Kamen Rider, I got to watch an amazing show known as Kamen Rider Build.
Yep.
And I got to say, it was an amazing ride. So before we get into our retrospective, Justin, shout out to Joe, who's also in Chicago. I'm going to steal a catchphrase. Justin, chat me up. How is Kamen Rider Build seen in the history of Kamen Riders? Like, how is it viewed by people?
I think it's mostly favorably viewed it's very high on people's list right now. It's a show I feel like a lot of folks have even now stated it's their new favorite, which again, can't blame them for that. And I think I wouldn't say it's the show that saved Kamen Rider, because I think X8 has a lot of fans, but it is something where I did notice that when X8 came out, many folks, like, there's plenty of people who love X8. I know that for a fact. I don't. But I also do know that, like, for folks in Japan, they were like, hey, can we have Kamen Rider back? Someone that's like, can we have a show that looks more like Kamen Rider? And that's when Build came back. And like when Build came out, and Build looked and felt like Kamen Rider. But also, I think when you look at the long scheme of it, it's like it's a show that has all the drama that people love and Kamen Rider has. And Kamen Rider is like built on drama from the very first version of the show back in 1971. And I don't know, it's just like, it's such a complex show that right now a lot of folks are loving it, and I feel like if any case it's going to be one of those shows like 10 years from now, people are going to be like, oh, but then Build came out.
Yeah, and I honestly think Build is one of those series that's like, if I was trying to convince somebody to watch a Sentai series, a Kamen Rider series, I could highly recommend Build without any worries or regrets.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not like a show that like builds up, like built up.
It
hits the ground running. You jump right into the main storyline. You jump right into the mystery with the twists and turns. Banjo's introduced like right off the cuff and everything like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so you get the series going, and it engages you, keeps you there. So here's the thing: me and Justin, we could talk about the gloriousness that is Build forever, and we will do so later on in a whole episode review. We'll just do a whole retrospective on Kamen Rider Build. Yeah. But today we just want to each go through and just talk about what are 5 things, what are 5 favorite moments, things that we like from Kamen Rider Build. All right. Like to lead us off?
I'll start off. We can get picture number 1. If we can get picture number 1, it's the 2 dudes in the khaki jumpsuits. Well, and this kind of is the best picture I could find to represent the best thing, my favorite thing in the show, the relationship between Sento and Banjo. And I couldn't find the picture of my favorite moment with Sento and Banjo. This is the closest I can get. But one of my favorite episodes in the show is it's the closest before Banjo actually gets his rider suit, before he actually becomes Kamen Rider. Oh my god, I blank out. What was his rider name? His dragon one.
Oh, the dragon. Okay, yeah.
And before he gets that, but it's this great moment where they're fighting on the rooftop, and Banjo had at least a dragon bottle, and they're just taking that bunch of these guys. There's this cool little moment of just Sento as Kamen Rider Build doing this, and then Banjo doing this as well. And he's kind of like in disguise and like kind of in a henchman outfit. And I love this moment because it's the first time Banjo kind of becomes the second rider without becoming the second rider. But that to me shows like they're a duo.
Yeah.
There's the first time that it really settles in like this is a team. And I'm like, ooh, I can't wait for him to be his writer. I was so stoked.
Oh, Crossy.
Thank you,
everybody. I'd have to agree with you.
Thank you guys.
Like honestly, like when it comes down to it, this dynamic and friendship was so amazing because as the series played out, and again we can do spoilers because we're doing a retrospective. When the series ends and we know how it ends with like the whole entire world like losing their memories and you're just left there sad, it's like, oh my god, Build is in this world by himself. But then who comes running up and was like, hey, what happened? Like, did we win? It's like, dude, it's Banjo, and all of a sudden you don't feel so bad anymore because like, they got each other. That's dope.
It's lovely.
It is. It's like this best friendship type deal. And so it is. So it ends on this down note, but at the same time, it ends on this happy note, which is like kind of lifts you up. Okay, so mine, again, sadly enough, we didn't have enough time to get pictures, but for me, the one that kind of stuck out to me, my favorite moment is my favorite Kamen Rider from the series, Kamen Rider Grease.
You know, funny enough, picture number 2.
My man! That's why. Bam! Henshin bros. We look out for each other. So, Kamen Rider Grease is my favorite Kamen Rider from the series because of a couple of different reasons. Number one, dude, his storyline was so serious.
It's great.
Dude, like, again, he comes in off the cuff as a villain, but again, he slowly but surely becomes one of the good guys, but this is until he loses his 3 friends in battle to Build, and later on to, like, the monsters, or to the villains. And so it was really crazy to see him, like, go through this grief and anguish of having, like, to go and avenge his friends. And then later on, he's always filled with this turmoil because, like, teaming with them, I might betray my friends. I might betray them by working with Build and Banjo and whatnot, but later on he comes like full circle, realizes he's not. But then there's also these great moments about where he comes from, because he comes from a small village. And I'm not sure if you remember, there's this moment where they kidnap the people from his village.
Love this.
And like, you need to turn the weapon over to us. To turn in like the box. And everyone in this village is like, you know what? He won't come. Because he's not weak. He understands the greater good. He understands that he'll sacrifice us to save everybody else. And that's why he's our hero. If he came, we would be disappointed in him. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh. But then you cut to him and you think like, oh, he'll still show up. And you know, he's sitting there like, I can't go. Like, I need to do this. This is for the greater good. And like, that was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. You rarely see that in writing, but to see that done and make that sacrifice was so awesome. But then later on, they get saved anyway. But again, it was so dope to see. So, boom! Oh yeah, and we got a super chat. Oh, and I got a great Fago.
Wow!
Wowzers!
Wow!
Wow!
Wow! That's a hell of a super chat.
It is. Thank you, Fago.
Anthony
Wherever
Davis.
you are.
Anthony Davis 6'5" goes, so Samurai Sentai Shinkenger was my first Sentai, and Wizard was my first Kamen Rider, but thought it was meh. But Guy brought me back. Robot in Greece.
Nice.
I love Shinkenger. If you've been watching the show long enough, you know I love Shinkenger. But okay, and yeah, to stick with Kazumi for a bit, right? Part of the one of my absolute favorite moments in the show.
Magically delicious.
Absolutely one of my favorite moments in the show is.
I want to say it's racist, but it tastes so good.
Oh my god! One of my favorite moments in the show, straight up, is it's the moment where Cosmo and Sento kind of like are first really teaming up, right? And they're fighting next to each other, and then there's this kind of cutaway of like that's representing them underneath the suit, and they're in a white room. And like you see in the back of them, the brothers pushing both of them, and like Sento just went through like this huge emotional turmoil of realizing he murdered somebody. Kazumi is dealing with the fact he lost his friends, and this sort of representational moment of like spiritually, the 3 guys are kind of going, guys, it's okay. Fight on together. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Dude, this show gives you all the feels. It gives you all the feels.
Yeah.
Like, again, like, going back to it, like, I remember when he passed away, and who's there to witness this but Mita?
Yep.
And she's like, no, you can't give up here. No, you gotta keep going. And then he keeps going, and it's just like, dude. And it's crazy when we find out the whole reason he had this crush on Mita was because it was just a way for him and the friends like to bond together in the bleakness of war. It wasn't like this like pervy obsession. It was like, no, this is something we have in common, and it helps us take the mind off our oppression, what we're going through.
Right.
It was low key kind of beautiful. And it was like, this is amazing.
It's kind of great. No, the idea that like entertainment, even if it's something weird and simple, like just some happy person talking to the camera, could, you know, like you bring you together just in crap. and just go like, there's some things that aren't so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree with that.
And you know what I loved about this series too, though, because we do our Halloween challenges and bets. My Halloween challenge for this was about Grease. Was like he'll get a second form.
Yeah.
And literally up until like the last like 3 episodes, he finally gets a second form. But can I say how beast he is to go through the whole show with 1 form? It was like, yo, we need upgrades. He's like, I don't need no upgrade. I'm Kamen Rider Grease, son. I got this.
I forgot to grab a picture of his mode, the blue form he got. But you know what? That also, like, I'll just throw in one more other great moment of Kazuma in that moment when the belt goes, "Are you ready?" He's like, "Hell yeah!"
Oh, why is it so good? Why was this show so good? Oh man.
Now that'll lead into my next moment that I was a big fan of. Picture number 3, please. There we go. So, Hazard's a great mode.
Hazard is an amazing mode.
Hazard's a great mode. The reason I also want to hear Rabbit Tank separately is that one of the things I loved about their first introduction is that this is the first time in a long time for our heroes that they got their first win in forever.
Yeah.
And that was such an emotional release for me because it was like they were losing bad constantly, left and right, and they were being pushed consistently. And finally, when Sento finally got something that's ahead, gives him that win, it's the reveal of Rabbit Tank as 2 separate modes. And I always thought, what a cool moment, because it's like they just went through so much, and it seemed like things were getting really dire in like Build, and then this happened, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. There's a little win, and Sento can go like, hey, guys. Oh, my God.
No, I remember this because I remember that, like, it was like, I agree with you. It was such a dark time, and they were going through like all these losses, like you said. But then when this mode comes out, again, it kind of brings that hope and happiness back to them, and that's what takes them to the next level to win. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm sad. I don't have a picture to go with my next mode, but I'm hitting the enter key. And the enter key. Okay, hold on a sec. All right, Justin, talk for a moment. Justin, talk.
Listen, if you want us to read your comments further, don't forget to please press that super chat. Give us that. That'd be great. Don't forget that super chat button. And also, hey, if you want to keep this conversation going further beyond the show, don't forget to go to THS Hashtaggers on Facebook. Yeah?
Yep.
That's pretty good. Are you ready? Are you still good? You want me to still babble on?
A little bit more.
A little bit babbling. Okay.
I'm almost there.
Hey, you know what? Don't forget, tomorrow we have the Sci-Fi Show on, what, is that still on Facebook?
Yes, but I can fill this time.
Oh, what can producer Josh do to help fill in this time?
You guys are going to disappear for a second.
Okay.
Special's coming up on the screen here.
Okay, here we go. Ah!
Wow. Got you!
I'm not a...
Put it back. Put it back to us. Put it back to us. Put it back to us. Ready? 3, 2. That's lovely.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
All right, shoot.
Is Jess still watching? I really hope he is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, coming back. Sorry about that, everybody. Serious thing. My favorite mode was actually... Oh my gosh. Poor Blackwing. Poor Blackwing.
It's just all in the Blackwing's like, dot.
Poor Blackwing. Poor Blackwing.
How you feel it? Layla, I know, right?
Blackwing.
I know.
Poor Blackwing.
I know.
Hey, he came for Josh
Poor
in the
Blackwing.
comments, man. Sorry.
Blackwing, did you come for Josh in the comments?
Is that what happened? Did we miss that?
I think he did. Blackwing, you can't come for Josh in the comments.
Anthony Davis are like, huh.
Yes.
Right there, man.
Okay, take it back. Taking back to Build. We gotta wrap this up. So one of my favorites was the second mode, the soda mode.
The soda mode. Yeah.
Which you got around episode 18. And before I talk about why I love the soda mode, we got another super chat.
Tom Craven
says, first Sentai, Shinkinger, first Kamen Rider Build was fantastic as a writer series. I skipped Wizard, Ghost, Drive, and X8, all terrible writing. Build forever. I agree with you. Thank you for the super chat, Tom Craven.
Thank you.
But again, the reason why I love the soda mode, because the soda mode was like, it was also similar to yours.
Yeah.
He had been taking all these losses. It was the first major upgrade he got, where he had to use his scientific knowledge to upgrade the suit, and it was so powerful when he used it for that very first time. And that's when he had to fight his uncle off and everything like that, which was like dope to see.
Yeah.
Well, his caretaker, the guy who stayed with the coffee shop.
Oh,
Mitan's dad.
Yeah. Oh no, the Mitan.
Yeah,
Oh.
Mitan's dad. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I forgot the name right now.
Yeah, that was the first.
This is the problem when you watch like,
you watch a lot of series.
You watch a lot of series, and all of a sudden like, oh, the characters I legitimately love. Sorry, but I know who you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was for me when he used the soda suit for the first time. It's around episode 18 or 19, and low key though it was really dope because literally that was my first time coming on Henshin Hangout.
That's
right. Talk about that episode. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, that's when we first basically it's like, here's our new host. Went, okay, I guess hope. And he just watched a lot of them like really recently.
Yeah.
Like you and Jezer came on the show having the mainline Kamen Rider Build. Both of you were like, I need to like power through the show so much.
Kid you not, a little backstory because you guys know I teach, I write comics, a lot of things.
Thank you, Layla.
And
Suichi.
Literally, Suichi, thank you. Literally, the night before, I was like, all right, cool. I need to go in and watch the series, and I need to watch the first two episodes of Power Ranger. And so, literally, I watched like 19 episodes of Kamen Rider Build in one night. Yeah. And as I was watching it, I was like, this is going to be a task. It's going to be tough. And I'm like, this show's amazing. Okay, now, what's your next one?
You know what?
And we might have to cap it at 3 because they were losing time.
Okay, I'm going to skip then to one of the most badass moments in the show.
Oh.
Can we jump to photo number 5, please? This is a big one. Get ready to cry, folks. This was an amazing moment in the show. This was an amazing moment in the show. Gentoku, like, villain from the beginning. Huge arc.
Huge arc.
Weird t-shirt fetish.
Oh, so dope the t-shirts though. So dope the t-shirts though.
Love it.
The cockiness of it. Oh my gosh.
But this moment is incredible. One of the key things. First off, who don't love a broken helmet? Broken helmet scenes are always great.
And not only that, who doesn't like his original form when he was like the second Batman Kamen Rider?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And here's my thing: Kamen Rider doesn't do broken helmets very much.
No,
they don't do broken helmets very much.
When they do, it's so badass. Though.
Yeah, but what really solidifies this moment for me is my favorite. I'm a big old softie. My favorite things in Kamen Rider is when the city chants out the name Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider as a way to we need you guys to do this. You need us to help us, and they're chanting the name Kamen Rider for help. Now, normally that's given to the main one. It's given to the main Kamen Rider of the show. So if it's Forze, it'll be Forze. Wizard, it'll be Wizard.
Exactly. Build, it'll be Build, but it wasn't here.
But not here.
No,
that chant, ironically, was given to Gentoku. The guy who went through the most in terms of a giant arc from villain to hero.
To give you a little comparison, may I help out here?
Please.
Like, honestly, he got the Zuko arc.
Yes!
Like, if you've seen Avatar Last Airbender, he got the Zuko arc where he started off as the villain and then came full circle and that became the hero because, honestly, he always had the best intentions.
Yeah.
And so his arc was, really amazing because he went through this power-up just so, again, he could, help save them later on and everything like that and ends up becoming a good guy.
Yeah. And it's... This also led to his death, which made it so sad. I mean, listen, Grease's death is huge. It's huge. But I loved this moment because, it's the solidifying Kamen Rider as a hero of the people, and it's kind of amazing that they gave it to Gentoku. Absolutely incredible. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I have one more. And I just got to say, Gentoku, that whole arc was so amazing to see. And again, I loved it when he became a hero and how he, again, going back to those t-shirts, he wore those Orion t-shirts for comedy relief. Yeah. And it was just so dope to see. Yeah. But bring up your pictures really quickly because I think I can use one. Josh, bring up picture number...
4. Picture number 4?
Oh, actually, no. Nope. Go back. Yeah. Bring back up picture number 1, please.
Number 1 again, please. Can I get number 1?
Number 1.
All right, there you go. Number 1.
Cheese, hold the pickles, please.
Thank you. Hold just by the pickles.
So honestly, and we're gonna do another one of these, but I would have to say, dude, it was the whole cast.
Yeah.
I still remember that episode where they were on top of the rooftop and they had to get ready for the final battle and they were having this barbecue and everything like that and they're all there together and seeing them interact and seeing the balance between comedy and seriousness of the situation. It was a real they do this barbecue with this whole situation where they know they might die, but beforehand they're just all hanging out, having fun, enjoying each other's company. Yeah. They're making fun of Grease for having that crush on Mitan while he's still trying to confess his love. Then when we started doing this whole thing, we started talking out loud to himself. And they were like, dude, we can hear you. Which is so hilarious to see. You still had that great rivalry between Build and Banjo going back and forth. You had Broken Kamen Rider back who's using his who's using his T-shirts and everything like that. It was like, look, I know we're about to go into a terrible situation here.
Yeah.
But it was just to see the love and friendship there.
Yeah.
It really reminded me of something you would like see in Sentai.
Absolutely.
But you were getting it from Kamen Rider, which is so dope to see.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's the thing. So we're going to do a whole retrospective because here's the thing. We can't do this without our Henshin brother, Jezer.
Not here.
So when he gets back, we'll do a whole special episode.
Can you do that again?
No, don't do it. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap.
What are you talking about?
It's a trap.
What are you
It's a
talking
trap. It's a trap. All right. And so yeah.
Oh,
That's what I said.
dirty. You're nasty, all you.
Shame, producer Josh.
Wait, do I
Shame.
Photoshop up?
All right, so again, going back to it though, I would just say like again, we're going to do a whole retrospective of this when Jezer gets back from Chicago. Hope you're having a great time. But guys, as always, thank you for hanging out talking Henshin with us. We loved it. We had a great episode today. We're going to be on Ranger Wrap Up, and we'll see you. Well, Justin, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Justin Quiz and Twitter at Justin Keyson. Johnny.
You can find me at JohnnyP313 on Instagram, Twitter, and Gumroad, where my comics sell. You can also find me on the show Sci Factor tomorrow, because guess what the Sci Factor is going to be discussing? We're going to be talking the Orville. We're going to be talking the new Star Wars trailer. We're also going to be talking about gargoyles and talking about a possible reboot. And we're going to be talking about the new Twilight Zone series. So here's the thing. We got a lot of stuff to talk about on Sci Factor, so come talk to us there. And I'll also be on the wrestling show because guess what? We just finished the WrestleMania. We had the Raw and SmackDown at the WrestleMania, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about there too. And as always, you can find you on Box Office Showdown.
That's right.
Exactly. So here's the thing. So guys, make sure you tune in. Come here tomorrow night for TGIS. Thank God it's Sunday, and come see what we're talking about tomorrow on Facebook.
Everyone.
All right. So as always, thank you. Be sure to like, share, subscribe to keep up to date with everything trending
in Geek Pop Culture.
We out.
See ya.